Recording, right? Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be presenting our research titled The Role of Parental Support in the Academic Performance of Chinese International Students in Malaysia, a case study of Chinese international students in UKM. We are Group 4, and our group members are Yuting, Farida, and Do Huan. So these are the table of contents. First, we will introduce our problem statement. Second, research objectives and research questions. Number 3, qualitative research design. And number 4, data collection methods. So this is our topic summary. And this is our problem statement. So first, let's come to our topic. With globalization, more students are choosing to study abroad, and China has emerged as the largest source of international students in Malaysia. As of 2023, Chinese students made up over 41% of all international student applications in Malaysia, totaling more than 26,000. Despite these numbers, there is growing concerns about how well Chinese students adapt to Malaysia's academic environment. Challenges of adaptation mainly stem from language and cultural factors. Many students struggle with language barriers. Language factors limit students' ability to engage in critical academic writing and classroom discussions. Chinese international students reported that they experience stress-provoking miscommunication and misunderstanding when interacting with instructors and peers. This miscommunication and misunderstanding may lead to academic stress and diminished academic performance. Culturally, traditional Confucian values emphasize respect and passivity in the classroom. This often results in students being hesitant to engage in interactive classroom settings, which are very common in Malaysian education. Cultural factors lead to passive learning and reluctance to participate actively in class. Owing to language and cultural factors, Chinese students are embarrassed when they cannot understand lecturers and jokes presented in the classroom, which may generate anxiety and affect their academic performance and emotional well-being. So the evidence shows that problems of Chinese international students studying abroad. A study in Malaysia highlighted the issues such as discipline and concentration problems, as well as academic misconduct, including cheating, plagiarism, and trying to hide their identity during examinations. At Yale University, 45% of Chinese international students reported symptoms of depression, while 29% of them had symptoms of anxiety. And students with high anxiety tend to perform worse in exams due to procrastination and low study motivation. And why it matters. Multiple studies have shown that parental involvement plays a crucial role in students' academic success. Emotional support, consistent communication, and clear expectations from parents are linked to better academic performance and overall well-being. Moreover, Chinese students often carry deep-rooted cultural ties with their families, and their parents' values and expectations continue to influence them even when they are studying abroad. However, we found deficiencies in the research. Despite the evidence supporting the importance of parental support, we found a significant research gap. A systematic review of 24 studies on Chinese students in Malaysia find that few considered how parental support affects students at the tertiary level. Most studies on parental involvement only focus on primary and secondary school levels. Research that looks specifically at university-level international students, particularly in Malaysia, is still very limited. That's why we aim to fill this gap by examining how parental support continues to influence students academically, even when they are physically distant from their home. And this study will benefit the following audience. The first one is Chinese international students. And the second one is parents of international students. Number 3, educational institutions. Number 4, educators and academic advisors. And researchers and academics, policymakers at both institutional and national levels will also benefit from our study.
Okay. The second part is research objective and research questions. We have 3 research objectives and 3 research questions. The first one is to explore how Chinese international students experience and perceive parental support. And the question is, how do Chinese international students experience and perceive parental support during their study in UCAM? And the second one is to understand how parental support influences students' academic performance. The question is, how does parental support affect Chinese international students' academic performance in UCAM? The third one is to explore why parental support would influence students' academic and cultural adaptation. And the question is, why would parental support influence Chinese international students' academic and cultural adaptation in UCAM? And we choose the case study in our research design. The reasons for choosing case study have 4. The one is in-depth exploration of complex phenomena. The objectives and the questions of the study aim to explore complex and context-specific phenomena, such as the challenges faced by Chinese international students in academic and cultural adaptation, the perceptions and experience of parental support, the influence of parental support on academic performance. The influence of parental support on academic performance. A case study design is particularly suitable for exploring such multifaceted issues because it allows the researcher to deeply investigate the lived experience, behaviors, and perceptions of participants within their real-world context. This depth of inquiry is essential for understanding the nuance of this phenomenon. And second is context-specific insights. The study focuses on Chinese international students at UPM, which is a specific cultural and institutional context. A case study design enables research to 1. Examine how the unique cultural, institutional, and academic environment at UPM shapes students' challenges and experience. 2. Provide a holistic understanding of the interplay between cultural adaptation, parental support, and academic performance within this specific case. As they emphasized, case studies are instrumental in understanding the uniqueness and complexity of a particular case within its real-world context. By focusing on UCAM, the case study approach ensures that insights are grounded in the specific dynamics of this setting, making the finding more relevant and meaningful. Third, focus on how and why questions. Case study research is particularly effective for addressing how and why questions, which are central to this study. How do Chinese international students experience and perceive parental support? How does parental support influence their academic performance? And why do students face certain challenges in academic and cultural adaptation? According to in 2009, case studies are suitable for answering how and why questions, especially when the research has little control over events and when the focus is on contemporary events within a real-life context. The qualitative nature of a case study allows for rich, descriptive data to answer these questions, which would be difficult to achieve with other research designs such as surveys or experiments. The last one Flexibility in data collection. A case study design supports the use of multiple data collection methods, such as interviews to capture personal experience and perceptions, focus groups to explore shared challenges and collective insights, and documents analysis to understand academic performance in detail. As highlighted by Factor and Jack, 2008, the use of various data sources ensures a comprehensive understanding of the phenomena under study. This flexibility aligns well with the diverse objects of the study, which require both subjective insights, perceptions of parental, and objective measures. And next.
Okay, now I will explain the methods we plan to use to collect data for our study. This section focuses on how we aim to gather in-depth and credible insights into the experiences of Chinese international students at EKM, especially regarding the role of parental support in their academic journey. Okay, so our primary method of data collection will be qualitative using semi-structured one-on-one interview and focus group, which is this method is appropriate because it allows participants to reflect deeply on their personal experiences, perception, and interpretation. And through this conversation, we hope to explore how students perceive emotional, financial, and academic support from their parents and how these elements affect their motivation, stress level, and academic performance. So, for in the one-on-one interview, we will ask about their adaptation to academic and cultural life, their relationship with their parents, and how they believe parental support influences their academic success. For the focus group discussion, we aim to gather shared perspective from a group of students to understand common challenges they face and how peer support and collective experiences may shape their views of parental roles. This will help us to identify patterns and themes that might not surface in individual interviews alone. Okay, and then for the document analysis, this is for the triangulation strategy. As a secondary method, we will conduct document analysis to support and strengthen the validity of the data. This includes reviewing academic records such as GPA trends, with of course with participant consent, and analyzing communication materials like emails, program guides, or reflective journals, and these secondary data sources will help us to understand the academic and also cultural environment the students are navigating and provide objective evidence to validate or contrast their interview responses. Okay, so the purpose why our using two methods is because the combination of interview and also focus group and also the document analysis is a part of our triangulation strategy. Sorry. So this triangulation will enhance the validity and the reliability of our findings by cross-verifying data from different sources. So, for example, if a student mentioned that parental pressure affected their academic performance, we can compare this with actual GPA trends or how they reflected on the issue in journals or emails. So, to summarize that our main method of data collection will be interviews, and the second method, interviews and also focus groups, and supported by the document analysis. So, this multi-purpose, multi-method approach within a qualitative framework will allow us to deeply explore what students are experiencing, how they are affected, and in what context, making our case study rich, contextual, and also meaningful. Okay, next. So, this is the supporting literature for our group chosen method, which is for the first one is semi-structured interview by Pattern 2014, said that semi-structured interviews allow for flexibility and deeper probing into participants' subjective experiences and perspective, which complements the constructivist epistemology by co-constructing knowledge between researcher and participant. And the second method, which is document analysis for triangulation by Bowen 2009, said that document analysis provide additional evidence to corroborate interview data, reinforcing the interpretive nature of qualitative research by validating participant personal narrative and enhancing the study rigor through triangulation. And also the third one is triangulation for validity and credibility by Lincoln and Kuba, said that triangulation through multiple data sources, interviews and document analysis significantly enhance trustworthiness and credibility in qualitative research. So this is essential within an interpretivist epistemological framework. So that's all. This is our group references list. And the final one is the appendices, is the interview guide. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's okay.